Vocal analysis, Maynard James Keenan, tool, The Grudge, and I have created a special vocals up mix so we can still get the context, but hear the different parts, all the layers that go into this song. This is fascinating. I'm super excited for you to experience this along with me. And yes, because of this particular setting, we get special insight into the famed 25-second scream at the end.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will or will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive the scarlet letter.
I'd never heard so many layers in this section.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will or will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive the scarlet letter.
I'm hearing lots of different characters, not just layers. Listen here.
Wear the grudge like a crown.
We have this guy in front of wear the grudge like a crown. Low in that name, but also very nasal.
Wear the grudge like a crown.
Wear the grudge like a crown. And then we have the guys up top.
Wear the grudge like a crown.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Wear the grudge like a crown. Which is much more of that mellow Maynard sound. But we've got some other guys too.
Wear the grudge like a crown.
Those guys are wear the grudge. Those guys are doubled. Ooh.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will or will.
And here, listen to Will.
Calculate what we will.
Will. I think there's a guy like this in there that you only hear every once in a while.
Calculate what we will.
Calculate what we will. It's almost as borderline, almost as borderline throat singing kind of thing. Super gooberish down there, mixed in with the rest of it.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will or will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything, unable to forgive the scarlet letter.
Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip 'em to the lonesome end. Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong, ultimatum prison cell. Saturn ascends, choose 1 or 10. Hang on or be humbled again.
This is the Maynard we love. Let me point out just a few of his... He's got a lot of secret sauce, man. This is...
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
He loves to lean into closures. Cornerstone again. And he holds his voice in this particular character. He holds it sort of just a little bit back. Like he's got a ball on his tongue and he's balancing it. It's not the cup tongue, or it's not that. It's a little bit more forward than that. And it's not just a low larynx.
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
That coupled with the resonance. Clutch it like a cornerstone. And then adding a little more clutching like a cornerstone. A little more airflow, slight bit of compression.
Clutch it like a cornerstone, otherwise it all comes down.
Comes down every once in a while, just to exaggerate it. Comes down, highly compressed and almost twanged, but not very often.
Comes down, justify denials and grip 'em to the lonesome end. Clutch it like a cornerstone.
Cornerstone. Almost like he's compressing and buying just a little bit.
cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong.
We have that guy in the background. Terrified, terrified.
Cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong.
Terrified of being. You can hear that in the background just a little bit.
Otherwise it all comes down. Terrified of being wrong. Ultimatum prison cell. Saturn ascends. Choose 1 or 10. Hang.
Isn't that 1 or 10? That's that closure. 1 or none.
Choose 1 or 10.
Most vocalists don't hold things out while they've closed around an N or an ing. Choose 1 or 10. Really finding. Choose 1 or 10. Feeling the nasality that happens and really leaning into that placement and that resonance. Growing it as it's closed. One of the coolest Maynardisms out there.
Choose 1 or 10. Hang on or be humbled again.
Open. Left that one open the whole time.
Humbled again.
And that one was open too, but listen here.
Humbled.
I'm born again. I'm born. Not I'm born. I'm born. Just constantly leaning into those resonances.
Humbled again.
Here we go.
Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip them to the lonesome man. Saturn ascends.
Okay, now we've got a rearranging of the characters and a role change in a lot of these characters. A lot of the layers are sort of still there from the beginning, but there are different energy levels in different registers.
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
The main line is doubled and in the center.
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
Compression clutch. Let it fall apart a little bit with our vocal break. Clutch it like, oh, clutch it like a cornerstone.
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down. Justify denial.
And I think
Clutch it like a cornerstone.
we have clutch it like a cornerstone. But at the beginning, this guy, I think in part was more nasal, and he was, we had that guy in there too. Now he's clean. The lower octave is clean.
Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down.
Otherwise it all comes down. Otherwise it all comes down. Oh!
Clutch it like a cornerstone. Otherwise it all comes down. Justify denials and grip them to the lonesome man.
Mend! Ugh. If this is fascinating to you, hearing a single voice do so many different things, taking on so many different characters and textures, and you'd like to do that yourself, I have a course that is just for that purpose. I call it the Aggressive Vocalist's Master Plan of Attack. You can find the link in the pinned comment or the video description, and I'll teach you how to use all sorts of aggressive techniques with your voice. Screaming, singing with distortion, lows, highs, and I'll also show you how to arrange with them and play with them in artistic ways. So check that out.
Man, Saturn ascends.
Beautiful.
Comes round again. Saturn ascends. The 1, the 10. Ignorant to the damage done.
some clues as to how the ending is produced right here. More on that when we get there, but listen to this beginning here.
Saturn,
Saturn! It's very clean there.
Saturn,
Saturn! It's also not this guy. Almost a yawn to get up to that pitch so lightly.
Saturn,
Saturn!
Saturn.
There's actually two of them. There's one guy that's a little bit brighter and pressure, and then the other guy that's approaching the pitch more from the Saturn, Saturn, Saturn. Both of those guys are layered in there.
Saturn ascends, the 1, the 10, the damage done.
I can't say enough about his dynamic approach in this area of his voice. The reason we love it so much is because he's going back and forth a lot between two different types of grit, as I hear it.
The 1, the 10.
There's doubles in there, so it's tough to understand what one single voice is doing. But if I take that line,
The 1, the 10.
the 1, the 10, clean, but I'm going to yawn it a bit, put that ball in the middle of my tongue, the 1, the 10, really close around, and I'm going to use some compression, the 1, I'm going to grow it as the line goes on, the 1, the 10, the 1, the 10, but then I'm also going to add a bit of that in there. So this faltery sound that's going to loosen up the voice a bit. The 1, the 10, the 1, the 10. And then I bring that in and out. The 1, the 1, the 1, the 10. And only bring it in for certain emphasis. The 1, the 10, 10. So really exaggerate it. And then you hear that sort of happening here as we go into this end scream here.
The damage done.
It's tighter at the beginning. Done!
Damage done.
Done! I'm really exaggerating it, but that's what's happening. It starts as more of a compressed yell with a bit of compression. Moving with the resonance. And then it falters at some point. Moving on.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will not tolerate. Desperate to be.
Will not tolerate. Will not tolerate. Will not.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will not tolerate. Desperate to be.
I like the will not tolerate. And then we have some harmony going on there.
Will not tolerate.
Will not tolerate. Will not tolerate.
Will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive me. Scarlet love. Wear the
Sky! Hey! Now there, he's removing a lot more of his primary chords out of that compressed. That's a compressed upper constriction there. That's different. That's a different sound than that typical yell sound that he has, although the yell sound is in there as well. He's layering those two things.
will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive me. Scarlet love. Wear the grudge like a crown.
There's his just pure yell sound.
Scarlet love. Wear the grudge like a crown.
Wear the grudge like a crown! Crown!
To forgive me. Scarlet love.
Scarlet! Scar much more held back! Less like this! You hear those layers in there. So cool. He's orchestrated these different textures.
All and everything. Unable to forgive me. Scarlet.
Unable to forgive. Lots of character in there. Let's listen to this again.
Wear the grudge like a crown. Negativity, calculate what we will not tolerate. Desperate to control all and everything. Unable to forgive me. Scarlet love. Wear the grudge like a crown.
There's that lazy guy back there. All sorts of stuff going on.
Desperate to control, unable to forgive, and sinking deeper, defining, confining, sinking deeper.
Sinking deeper! Sinking deeper! Yeah! Less vibrato than I'm using. I love that on the verge of destruction tone Maynard has.
Sinking deeper!
It's very staccato too. Sinking deeper!
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 Controlling, defining, and we're sinking deeper.
Yeah.
Santa comes back around, showing you everything. Let you choose what you will.
Let you choose what you will. Spoken down there. There's so many
Santa comes back around, showing you everything. Let you choose what you will.
Show you everything. Let you choose. Just this lazy, like, conversational lectury guy there.
Comes back around, showing you everything. Let you choose what you will. Will not stand and drag you down like a stone, or let you up against it, you out.
Let you up against a bit more of that held back as opposed to the all-out yell.
Like a stone, or let you up against it, you out like a child, like an innocent Satan comes back around. Lifts you up like a child.
Child! I really resonate with Maynard's voice. There's a part of what he does that comes natural to the way I feel my voice. I think that's why I enjoy it so much.
Lifts you up like a child.
Child! Ah!
Lifts you up like a child. Or drag you down like a stone to consume you till you choose to. Or drag you down like a stone to consume you till you choose to.
So I choose to. And where he comes from, that's on the verge of head voice there. Choose to, not to.
Or drag you down like a stone to consume you till you choose.
Till you choose to. Till you choose to. Try that with your own voice. That's nuts.
Till you choose to.
Choose to. I love how it slides down in pitch there. Ugh.
Till you choose to.
And the bass guitar interacts super cool with the way that his voice, it like dips.
Till you choose to.
Bass goes up. Nah, nah. I thought that was a voice at first, but it's not. It's a bass.
Till you choose to.
So like choose to. Bit more compression there.
Let this go. Choose to. Let this go.
There is so much more going on here than just a single dynamic vocal performance. We have a dynamic vocal lead, but we've got so many other characters surround. I mean, it's like you could take the way Maynard dresses up and does all sorts of weird things on stage, and those depictions, those visual depictions show up as auditory characters that surround the primary Maynard. That's a huge thing that you don't hear this much variety in most singers.
Give away the stone, let it all action taken to lands you take is cold and faded. Anger, give away the stone. Let the waters kiss and to lands you take. He's letting grudges into gold.
I love that part. Listen here.
You say he's letting grudges into
Grudges, grudges.
You say he's letting grudges into gold. You say he's letting grudges into
But there's more layers there. Listen to grudges again.
grudges,
Grudges. There's that guy.
grudges,
Grudges.
grudges,
Almost, a thinner nerd. Grudges.
grudges, and
Grudges. Grudges. Grudges.
grudges into gold.
I like that delay. I love that we can hear all these characters. Okay, now, listen to this scream. This is pretty fascinating. The most fascinating of any toolness I have heard. Now, while that's very impressive and very cool sounding, there's some things going on from a production standpoint. Now, I can't be sure about this. The amount of aggression that you hear with the yell texture in there it's just so incredibly difficult to keep up. Let's talk about the bass tone real quick, and then listen very carefully to what happens in the middle of the scream. And you can see it sort of right here, okay? Listen to them in the beginning again. There's another layer. There's another layer. You can see it and you can hear it. And what I hear is potentially that they took the beginning of this right here, and they crossfaded it in here. And so you have this going at the same time you have this going, and then there's another element. So he's not actually holding it as long as this is. There's not a single vocal take going that whole way. There is, but it's been layered on top of itself and then crossfaded to be longer than it actually was. So with that in mind, listen to that transition. So I hear this right here, the fluctuation, modulations that happen in his voice. I hear that come back as it joins with another sound. Okay. And then at the very end, you hear another crossfade thing happen, which is joined with a less prominent sound that comes in about here. And that is more of that much less voice. It's much closer to a voiceless scream that they crossfade in here strategically. But we start with his wonderful yelled character. Very direct onset. And it's that sort of flat 5 pitch, which is super awesome. But you hear that? I think there's another guy back there just pan center doing this. which you can hold for a really long time. But it's not prominent at the beginning. This is a mixing wizardry festival. And great vocals. Definitely doubled. Now you hear that dips a little bit there? I think this is either another take or they've crossfaded it in and you get more volatility and then they add more of that in the back with as little voice as possible not to take away from that single sound. You hear that towards the end. So we transition and we mix all these things together, and that creates a composition of a 25-second scream. Now, if you're mad at me and you're like, no, he did it all in one take. It's just they just added delay. You can be mad and you can disagree, and I might be wrong. Listening to it in this vocals up way, that's what I'm hearing. And if you listen to him do it live, there's much more of this sound in it for the whole time, and it's not as long either. It's still long. It's not quite 25 seconds, more like 22. But there's not that yell tone in there. And you hear delay, and you hear him changing his mouth shape to create that pitch, and you can go on for a really long time and put a bit more pitch in if you want to, and take it out to save more breath. Now, this could be partially what we're hearing him do at the end of the studio one, where that one that they've looped in, or not looped in, but crossfaded in, he starts with, and then he modulates between those two approaches. Listen to this section of the scream. It's not even that high flat 5 pitch. I hear that back there. That could be him underneath this. All the delay. Or it could be the crowd cheering. I don't know. It's not a very good recording. This is also a common way to hold back live. When I've seen some of my favorite performers live, they employ screaming techniques like this. They're way more reserved and they allow you to conserve air, conserve energy. Their theatrics on stage make up for that, and the energy of the band and everything is just a very, very common thing. One of the guys who really turned me on to this type of thing happening all the time was Spencer Sotelo from the band Periphery, who I've done lots of work with. Now, with all this in mind, let's appreciate it uninterrupted one more time and then listen to the end. I love this growth here at the end. Here's all the characters coming back. Let go! Let go! let go, let go. I mean, it's that extreme. Let go, let go, let go, let go. And then we have more. Just I love it. Let go, let go. And now here at the end, listen to all the different yells and all the different screams here at the end. Right there, so many layers. Go, 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 go. Yeah, there's at least those three. The upper constricted voiceless is over here. Go! Go! And we got the clean guy doing go! You just don't notice that stuff, but you sense it. And that's what makes his performances so amazing, particularly in arrangements like this. So cool. Thank you so much for diving into all these nuances with me. Lots more Maynard videos right here. And again, if you'd like help developing all of these aggressive, nuanced characters in your own voice, click the link below and check out my course, The Aggressive Vocalist's Master Plan of Attack. I'll help you pull things out of your voice that really surprise you.